Okay, race fans, let's talk about a big Saturday, July 19th here at Delaware Park. We had a nice crowd out here. We had some nice weather. No turf with all the rain we had earlier this week. Still no turf, but the main track was perfect. It was fast. We had a decent handle for Saturday with no turf. Our handle was a little shy at $2.2 million, so that's a decent handle with no turf. Let's get right to the racing action on Saturday. Race 1 would kick off the popular early pick 5. We're going a flat mile on the main track here in race 1, claiming $5,000 for filly mares 3 and up. Haven't won 2 races since January is the condition here for race 1. Let's go to the voice of Delaware Park, Josh Brown, with the call of Saturday's race 1.
Away and running. Nice start. Good speed from the favorite Major Houlihan today. Force Acclamation protects that rail, and Lady Dominance is sent hard, and the pace is quick early on. Skip through the fires very wide, bumping between Major Houlihan, and now Major Houlihan comes away with the outright lead. Force Acclamation came away in second, and Lady Dominance is right there, and pulling hard is Liam's Kiss up against the inside. Helen Ortiz loops up on the far outside, and the bumping was between Honor the Truth and Skip Through the Fire, so it's a close-knit group with 5.5 furlongs to go, and Major Houlihan, the favorite, shows the way, and it's one tight length. Liam's Kiss, sensing a slower pace, tries to get on through a very tight spot. Force Acclamation's right there too. The blue cap of Lady Dominance now stacks them up 3 across the track as Liam's Kiss back pedals to 4th. Skip Through the Fire's right there too. Helen Ortiz has covered a lot of unnecessary ground, and Honor the Truth is last of all. They turn again, and Major Houlihan's under massive attack. Lady Dominance adds fuel to the fire. Force Acclamation needs to dig deep and find more. Liam's Kiss is in a very tight spot as well, and Skip Through the Fire balances with Orlin Ortiz. Here's the quarter pole, and Major Houlihan is holding on for dear life by a long neck. Lady Dominance goes very wide as they turn to the top of the stretch. Major Houlihan has run a tough race, and the pace is taking its toll. Lady Dominance comes calling for the lead, and Lady Dominance at 5-2 kicks away by 1 tight length. Major Houlihan is battling on, and closing in late is Honor the Truth. Lady Dominance is nicely clear. Lady Dominance has won it. Major Houlihan was second, Honor the Truth was third, and Helen Ortiz is in a photo for 4th.
Now 2 wins in a row at Delaware Park for Lady Dominance, a 7-year-old married by Dominus, now a 6-time winner with career earnings around $150,000. Nice ride there by Gabe Maldonado for trainer Victor Carrasco Jr. Lady Dominance goes off 5-2 and pays $780 in race 1. Let's take a look here at the second race. We'd start the early pick 4 in race 2. Nice maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies going 6 furlongs. Some well-bred first-time starters here in race 2. Let's see the action and see what happens.
Away and running. Don't Judge Me had a stumbling start. Witchiness was slow to go. Halo Hottie pings first. Last Gift came away in second, and Lueza scampers up the inside. Doc's Miracle and that green cap is on the far outside in 4th. Don't Judge Me had a terrible start, and same can be said for Witchiness. So Halo Hottie shows them the way. The second longest shot on the board is the dictating speed, but Lueza takes up the chase in second. Last Gift is running in that 3rd place position, and now Doc's Miracle starts to pick them off one by one. Don't Judge Me tacks onto the quintet of 5 horses up top, and last of all is Witchiness as they go past the 3 furlong pole. Halo Hottie with speed on display. Doc's Miracle comes under a heavy drive, and Witchiness is being unleashed on the far outside in the red cap as they turn for home. Halo Hottie trying to stick the trip. Doc's Miracle is coming with power and pace, but Witchiness is coming with a looming effort on the far outside, and Witchiness just past the others. Doc's Miracle is going to stick with this one, and these two to settle the score. Doc's Miracle in for the fight. Witchiness with this long, steady grind, getting up in the concluding stages at 9-2. Witchiness has scored over Doc's Miracle, Halo Hottie, and Last Gift.
Witchiness did the same thing that her broodmare did. She won first time out for trainer Jamie Ness. Ness trained the broodmare as well. The broodmare made almost $300,000. So this is a real big effort from Witchiness. She didn't break very well, but she was full of run down the stretch. She goes off 9-2 and pays $11 for Jamie Ness and Super C Racing and Jagger Inc. Jamie Rodriguez, the good winning ride. Ness bred this filly as well. She's by Golden Lad, so keep your eye on Witchiness. A nice debut effort at 9-2. She goes right to the winner's circle in race 2. Let's take a look at the third race. Race 3 would kick off a pick 5. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500 for filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's see the action here from race 3.
Away and running. Good speed today from Cheese and Paperback Edition. There's the inside posse of Gregorian Solo, Bounty Killer, and Wild Girl is right there too. No Walk in the Park also joins the front ranks, and last of all is Ritz on Broadway. So it's Cheese who crosses in front of the face of the field, but 5 of them tail her speed. Wild Girl is trying to sneak through up the inside. The red cap of Paperback Edition's very deep, and No Walk in the Park is right there too. Up the inside, Bounty Killer continues the battle. Gregorian Solo and Ritz on Broadway has a hot pace to chase as they turn. It's a 4-pronged attack as they go around the bend. Cheese has been under the gun. No Walk in the Park is right there in a feisty mood. Paperback Edition deep on the track. Wild Girl is crying out for space. Gregorian Solo's in for the fight, and they turn to the top of the stretch. Now it's No Walk in the Park to confront Cheese at the 3/16 pole. Wild Girl is still trying, and here comes Gregorian Solo, who had a blistering pace to chase, and Gregorian Solo hits the front at 5-1, and it's a winning break 2. Moving into second, No Walk in the Park, and Cheese has no more to give. Gregorian Solo has won it. No Walk in the Park was second, Cheese was third, and Wild Girl was fourth.
Gregoria Solo had some rough form coming into Saturday's race, but she was getting a class relief from those New York races, and that woke her up. She runs big at 5-1 and picks up her second lifetime win for owner-trainer Lisa Lugovich. Nice ride there, Angel Rodriguez. $13.60 the win price there on Gregorian Solo in race 3. Let's take a look at race 4. Race 4, we're off the turf, going a mile, 70 yards on the main track. 16,000 starter allowance condition here for filly mares 3 and up. Let's see what happens here in race 4.
Away and running. Nasty stumbled for the 7 Rasta Girl. Tesoro Rosa is true to form and shows them the hind end. Peach Tea came away in second, and Rasta Girl, after a stumbling start, recovers. And Tesoro Rosa has company on the front end with Hey Back At Ya. So up and around the first turn they go. Tesoro Rosa shows them the way, and it's only a length and a half at best. Hey Back At Ya tracks the speed in second, and Peach Tea stays a ground-saving third. Rasta Girl is off the fence in fourth. Classical's Finale is pulling hard under the jockey's hands, and Blonde Samaritan is last of all. So that's the 6 at the 5.5, and Tesoro Rosa slow paces the field. It's a nice and smooth lead and shows the way by 1. Hey Back At Ya is right there chasing the speed in second, and the longest shot on the board is down to 3/4 of a length. In third is Peach Tea. Deep on the track is Rasta Girl. Trying to get closer is Classical's Finale, and losing touch with the field so far is Blonde Samaritan as they get ready to turn again. Tesoro Rosa trying to cause a massive upset here in the 4th of the day, but breathing down that rival's neck is Hey Back At Ya. Under the whip is Peach Tea. Up the inside, Rasta Girl. Classical's Finale tries to get going, and nothing from Blonde Samaritan. Here's the quarter pole, and Hey Back At Ya now kicks away with a confident lead of a long neck. Tesoro Rosa tries to rally in second, and Rasta Girl's third as they turn for home. Hey Back At Ya still leading by a long neck. Tesoro Rosa hasn't gone down with the ship just yet, but Hey Back At Ya has the upper hand inside the final 70 yards. Tesoro Rosa running a massive race despite the price. Hey Back At Ya is nicely clear. Hey Back At Ya has won it. Tesoro Rosa was second, Rasta Girl third, and Peach Tea was fourth.
Well, nice training job by Fenica Bentley. This 6-year-old mare by Kobe's back. Hey Back At Ya was coming off the layoff. She hadn't ran since last December. She was 0 for 5 last year. She was 0 for 5 back in 2023. But as a 6-year-old, making her 6-year-old debut, she goes right to the winner's circle for owner Paget Bennett and trainer Fenica Bentley. Nice ride there, Alexander Crispin. Hey Back At Ya, now a 2-time winner. She paid $7 in race 4. Congratulations to all the winning connections of Hey Back At Ya. Let's take a look at race 5. Race 5 would kick off the late pick 5. We're going a flat mile, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Haven't won a race since January or never won 4 are the conditions here for race 5. Let's see what happens in the 5th.
Away and running. Mikey's Jewel missed it by a length. Flinny Tintin was the first one to go. Extremely Gruntle is showing good early toe, and Dubstep is right there too. Peacefire came away a handy 4th and slashes over to the inside. And Beachgrass is in 5th. There's 3 of them chasing the top 5. From the inside, Mikey's Jewel outside Ruxton Rocks, and Once an Eagle is last of all. So that's the 8 of them as they spin out of the first turn. And Extremely Gruntled wanted the lead and got it, and it's a length and a half at best. Dubstep with the red cap on the outside now claims 2nd, and up the inside Flinny Tintin will have to re-rally from that 3rd place spot. There's a gap of a length and a half down to Peacefire as they just passed the 5 furlong marker, and 2 lanes down is Beachgrass, who's on hold and getting closer without having been asked. Mikey's Jewel still in front of the 2 grays with his Ruxton Rocks, and Once a Eagle is still last of all. So Extremely Gruntle leads the posse around the final turn, and Dubstep looms an ominous threat on the far outside, and here comes the first move from Peacefire, and dropping away was Flinny Tintin, picked off by Beachgrass. 5/16 to go. Extremely Gruntle, the heavy favorite, still calls the shots by 1. Dubstep is chased every step of the way. Peacefire's off the fence. Beachgrass right now is a non-threatening 4th as they turn for home. Extremely Gruntle still has the pace in its hands, and she's kicked away by 2. Dubstep is giving game chase, and now a distant 3rd is Peacefire, but inside the final furlong, Extremely Gruntled was never headed, and the public was spot on here. Extremely Gruntled has prevailed. Peacefire got up for 2nd, Dubstep stopped to a walk, and actually 7 Once an Eagle came flying. We'll leave that 3-way photo up to the judges.
Extremely Gruntled runs big in race 5, and the 4-year-old daughter of Not This Time picks up her 4th lifetime win, now over 100,000 in career earnings for Extremely Gruntled as she wins for Stavark Stable and trainer Bruce Kravitz. Nice ride there, Yabio Ramos. $340 the win price there on Extremely Gruntled. She was my single on the early pick 5 ticket that I gave out. That ticket didn't hit, but Extremely Gruntled won at 3 to 5. How do you make money on a 3 to 5 shot? Well, the early pick 5 Saturday paid over $1,500. Congratulations if you had that. Let's turn the page here. Race 6 would kick off the late pick 4. We're off the turf, going a flat mile on the main track. 25,000 starter allowance for 3-year-olds and upward. Let's see what happens here in race 6.
Away and running, a stutter step start for Comanche Peak. Good speed today from Latin Rebel, but right next door is Renewing Vows, and they set a brisk agenda. Nocturno already has the run of the race in 3rd, and up the inside is Rapid Send. Deep on the track is Heggs in front of 2 slow starting horses, which is Preacher Myers and Comanche Peak. So making a break for it at the 6.5 is Renewing Vows, and shows them away by a length and a half, while Latin Rebel's a handy 2nd as they leave the first turn, and Nocturno is right there in a position to challenge 6 lengths from the lead. Up the inside, Rapid Send with a money on is getting closer to that 3rd place spot, and 2 of them team up right behind. Heggs is deep on the track, a ground-saving trip for Preacher Myers, and last of all is Comanche Peak. So Renewing Vows makes a break for it at the 4 furlong pole and shows the way by 2. But here comes Rapid Send, gaining with each and every stride. Latin Rebel is right there in for the fight, and Heggs is looping up on the far outside, and now picking off 5th is Preacher Myers. Here's the far turn run, and the one who has glorious momentum on the outside is Heggs, and now at the public's pick, Rapid Send is in deep water at the moment. Here's the quarter pole. Renewing Vows continues to lead. Heggs continues the chase, and they're homeward bound now, and Heggs starts to pour it on. Renewing Vows tries to dig deep and find more. Preacher Myers is closing from out of the clouds. Rapid Send finally hits the best stride, but it might be too late. It's still Renewing Vows holding on bravely. Getting closer is Preacher Myers every step of the way. Renewing Vows is holding. Renewing Vows has won it. To be Preacher Myers, a show photo between Rapid Send and Heggs.
Renewing Vows, the 5-year-old gelding by Broken Vow, now a 2-time winner. Juanita Bennett, the trainer of this 5-year-old. Jorge Gonzalez Sanchez picks up another win. Renewing Vows goes off at 6-1 and pays $15.40 to win race 6. Let's turn the page here. Race 7 would kick off the final pick 3 of the day. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming $7,500 for 3-year-olds and upward. Never won 2 lifetime. Let's see what happens here in race 7.
Away and running. Good even start. Speed from Jake's Affection today. Duke of Dooley strikes the top, and Magic Who is right there too. Isano came away with the leading group, but now Sir Mendel came away a handy 4th. Immortal J is in front of Speedy Alex, and near the back of the pack early is Magic Who. So as the dust settles, it's Jake's Affection who comes away with the lead, and it's only an Eck. Duke of Dooley right there taking the fight to that rival, and Isano surges 3 wide to take over the leading role. Deep on the track is Sir Mendel, and trying to squeeze on through is Speedy Alex, who has a charmed run today. Immortal J comes under a heavy drive, and Magic Who is last of all. 5/16 of a mile to go. Isano makes a break for it and leads by a half a length. Jake's Affection tries to re-rally in second. Sir Mendel with the money on is getting closer every step of the way. Speedy Alex is in for the fight, and they turn for home. And Sir Mendel swoops to the front and kicks for home. Isano's going to try to test this rival, but Sir Mendel has all this positive momentum inside the final furlong. Isano has no more to give. Immortal J is rattling home late with Speedy Alex, but the favorite's got it done. Sir Mendel has conquered this group. Isano was second, Immortal J third, and Speedy Alex was 4th.
Well, the Andy Simoff barn's been firing on all cylinders this meet. They had a nice first-time starter win a couple weeks ago. They get their 4th win of the meet from a small amount of starters. They're hitting at around 25%. Sir Mendel, the 4-year-old son of Mendelson, now a 2-time winner. Nice ride there. Julio Hernandez for Imaginary Stables and trainer Andy Simoff. Sir Mendel went off 4-5 and paid $3.80 to win race 7. Race 8 would be one of our allowance features of the day. Nice first level allowance. Optional claiming $15,000 for filly and mares 3 and up. Going a flat mile. We'd kick off the late daily double here in race 8. Let's go to Josh Brown and see what happens.
Away and running. Slow to go was Audibly. Rousey Express and Divine Grace, they break 1-2, and Divine Grace kicks away at the 7.5 furlong marker. Honor Cat is right there deep on the track, and Rousey Express smartly backs off the pace tug of war. She's a Rolling Stone, has one beaten, and Audibly needs to mount a bid from the back of the pack. So it's a lively pace that is set by Divine Grace. Shows them the way 3/4 of a length. Honor Cat is pulling hard under the jockey's hands, and she's eager to go, but Julio says no, not yet. A massive break in the action back to Rousey Express, who leaves the rail wide open for She's a Rolling Stone, and last of all is Audibly. So they're stretched out a long way here with 4.5 furlongs to go. Divine Grace, the second choice on the board, is leading the favorite Honor Cat. They're 1-2 with 4 furlongs left to go. Getting closer to the dueling top ladies as She's a Rolling Stone, who protects that inside. Rousey Express is tacking on, and still last of all is Audibly as they turn again. Divine Grace has made all, but Honor Cat is breathing down her neck in that second place position. 2 lengths down to Rousey Express, who now gets closer, and She's a Rolling Stone comes under a heavy ride. Here's the quarter pole for Honor Cat, who now stalks, pounces, and kicks for the money. Divine Grace needs to dig deep and find more. Rousey Express comes 3 wide, they swing, and Divine Grace still has something in the tank and leads by almost a neck. Honor Cat loomed and flattened out, and Divine Grace is giving this field plenty to think about. Honor Cat took a filled run. Audibly is showing up late with Rousey Express. Divine Grace is a 5-2 winner. Honor Cat second, Rousey Express third, Audibly fourth, and She's a Rolling Stone was the last one home.
Well, the heavy favorite ran okay to finish second, but they couldn't beat the 5-year-old mare. Divine Grace by Munnings picks up her 11th lifetime win. Now way over $250,000 in earnings for this nice 5-year-old mare. She gives trainer Jamie Ness his second win of the day, and Martin Schwann gave Divine Grace a nice ride. She went off 5-2 and paid $7.60 to win race 8. Let's take a look at the 9th and final race on Saturday. We're going 6 furlongs, claiming 7,500 for 3-year-olds or 4 and up. Never won 3 lifetime. Let's see what happens here in the Saturday finale.
Away, Yan, running. Nice level start. Good speed on the outside for Trumpet Call. There's the speed of Raleigh chiming in, and Grantic Success is right there too. Parkiness protects that inside rail position, and Super Needy's in between rivals, and Estilo Magico's right there too. Second last is Russian Hammer, and nothing yet from Formula Fair, so Trumpet Call shows them the way with 4 furlongs to go and leads 3/4 of a length, but Raleigh's hot on the chase in second, and Grantic Success is right there in a menacing mood as well. There's a gap of 2 back to the red cap that belongs to Estilo Magico. Parker Ness is getting closer, but still is 5 lengths adrift from Trumpet Call. At 4-1, spins to the top of the stretch with a confident 1.5 lead. Grantic Success, the favorite's getting closer in a great big way. Raleigh stays at that rail, and now Formula Fair is creeping up closer on the far outside. Still a stack of chances. Trumpet Call leads, but pushes come to shove. The posse quickly descends. Grantic Success, Russian Hammer closing with power and pace. Formula Fair out in the center of the track. Grantic Success is getting closer to the finish on top of the field. A 7-2 winner. Grantic Success has won it over Formula Fair, then Russian Hammer and Trumpet Call.
Granted Success goes off 7-2, and the 5-year-old son of Kozan picks up his 3rd lifetime win for owner John Finelli and trainer Michael Simone. Nice ride there, Martin Schwann, to pick up his 2nd win of the day. Granted Success pays $9.40. The late pick 5, you had a $15 winner in the sequence, a couple of $3 winners in the sequence, and a $7 horse and a $9 horse, and still the late pick 5 paid nearly $500. So congratulations if you had that. We'll get a quick break here. Actually, that's it. We're all done for Saturday. I'm going to have my best bet and price play for you next Wednesday. I'll be studying all week long, getting ready for Wednesday. Thanks to all our horsemen, fans, and bettors for supporting us on Saturday. The handle was pretty good considering we were off the turf. Let's pray and keep our fingers crossed that we have some dry weather and we can get on the turf next week. We'll look forward to that. Like I said, the handle today, a little over $2.1 million. That's pretty good. Thanks again to all our fans. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Wednesday.